Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, and for the rest of the week, or I guess like this week and next week, I'm gonna be participating in zodiacathon. I don't know how to say that in a cute way. And I'm really excited about this. This is a readathon hosted by my dear friend Kerri from Kerri the Book Bell. I have not successfully completed a readathon pretty much like ever, but I was just really excited about this one. I'm sort of an astro hoe. I'm not like good at it, but it's interesting to me. I've just been in such a reading mood. This month so far has like not been great for my reading in terms of like I've read 3 books so far, so I figured this would be a good way to get back in the swing of things and just start reading more books. It is Wednesday right now, and I just got off of work. I just had my Chick-fil-A, of course. My hair is looking crazy. I did my little like e-girl hair. I'm excited to take you guys along with me. I don't think I've ever done a vlog quite this long before, so I think it'll be interesting to see like what things I can throw in. Tomorrow I'm really excited. I'm FaceTiming with some fellow booktubers, so you guys can get to see that. That'll be kind of exciting. I don't know, I think it'll be good. It'll be a nice chill reading vlog, but without further ado, let me get into the books that I have picked out for the different challenges. Okay, Chandler of the future here. I didn't end up doing a TBR. Okay, well I did do a TBR and it failed miserably. I ended up reading a lot of books this week, so if you want to see that, stay tuned. I'm gonna throw up some books real quick and you can decide whether or not you want to watch based on the books that I'm gonna read. I'm doing you a service, I'm doing me a service. It's a good time. So the first book I read was Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, Furyborn, After by Anna Todd, and Mr. Masters. So if any of those books interest you, at the very end I'm going to do a wrap up and show you where each book fits into the zodiacathon categories. But yes, sorry to interrupt our programming. Now for the vlog. Plan for today specifically, I'm going to go home. I'm going to read my physical copy of Furyborn and my physical copy of Curse So Dark and Lonely because that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Maybe gonna read some smut. I also want to reorganize my closet, which I probably will not film. That's kind of my plans for tonight. I will update you guys definitely later. This is potentially the worst lighting, worst video quality on my channel. What's good? I'm in my closet. It's 9:30. I'm about to clean out said closet like I said that I was going to do earlier. I just never got around to it. I got distracted because I like drawing. Not really, like I'm not good at it, but I like including little like drawings like this in my videos, so that's kind of what I was doing for like an hour and a half. It's not time well spent, but like I had fun doing it, so whatever. I have read 3 books today. I read Mr. Masters, which I got about 15% done with. I am really enjoying it, I guess. I don't know. It's about a girl who's like an au pair. She's Australian. She came to the UK to be an au pair for this like random dude who's like a judge, I think, and she's watching some kids, and that's that on that. I'll be interested to see where it goes. There hasn't really been any sort of like action yet, so anyway, that's my smutty read. I also got a little bit farther in A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I like it so far. I like Harper as a character. She is the Belle type character. I also like Ren. I am curious to see more about his backstory and kind of like what got this curse put upon him. And then lastly, I read quite a bit more of Furyborn. I have been listening to Furyborn mostly on audio. The past like 30 minutes of it I didn't really recall, so I read up until that point like in the physical book along with the audiobook, and then I got past it. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know why I put off reading it for so long. It definitely, in my opinion, reads more like adult fantasy. Not that I've ever read adult fantasy to really compare it to, but that's sort of the vibes I'm getting. It definitely feels more mature, and I like that there's 2 separate storylines. I don't want to spoil anything because most of the separate storylines are spoilery. I don't know how to really word that, but I'm really enjoying both of the storylines. How many times can I say fucking storyline? Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these clothes. That's what I'm gonna be doing for the next half hour. I probably am not going to read anymore tonight. I'm planning on actually watching some more of The Order on Netflix with Hayden. It's so stupid. It's kind of like Teen Wolf. It's kind of like, I don't know. It like makes a mockery of itself. It's funny, and anything remotely paranormal is just very comforting to me. So I've been enjoying it. We watch like an episode every night at like 10 because we're old people. So I have until 10 basically to get this stuff out of here. I will update you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I will have gotten some stuff read during work. It is Thursday. I am off of work. I'm in my car in front of my parking garage. I don't have that much to update you guys on. I read a little bit of Mr. Masters, which like technically isn't even on my TBR for this readathon, but like we'll squeeze it in. I'm about 30% done. It reads like smut, but I think it's supposed to be a romance. It's interesting. I mean, like it's good, I guess. I haven't read like a smutty romance really recently, except for like some new adult stuff, and this is not new adult. I don't really have very many plans today. I have my FaceTime date tonight Very excited to share who it's with because they're two people who I absolutely adore and don't get to talk to nearly enough. But yes, that is kind of like what I'm doing today. I am going to try to read a little bit more. If I'm being completely real with myself, I'm probably going to read more of Mr. Masters. It's just so quick and easy. I'm probably also going to listen and read A Fury Born and also try to catch up on A Curse of Dark and Lonely because I'm being a bad buddy reader and I'm not really on my shit. So I need to get on that. While I'm FaceTiming, I'm probably going to make some like art for my vlog, for this vlog. I spent way too much time doing that yesterday. If you can tell, I don't know if you can, I'm on my phone right now because I literally cannot find the charger to my fucking camera, which is infuriating, but hopefully I can find that and give you guys some like good ring light time-lapse videos. Other life stuff, you can't really, you can tell. Just in time for zodiacathon, I'm starting to get a constellation of acne on my forehead. Life's great. That's pretty much it. I'll update you guys later tonight, probably when I FaceTime. I didn't come to this group chat to be fucking roasted. As you guys can see, I FaceTimed some lovely people tonight. I didn't end up getting much of anything read. I read a little bit more of Mr. Master. That's pretty much it. I think it's 11, so it's not too late now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to read a little bit more of A Curse of Dark and Lonely, and I will update you guys tomorrow. Friday's gonna be a big reading night for me because I don't have anything planned, and I really just want to like buckle down and get some shit read for this readathon. Like maybe finish something, perhaps. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did. And you're wondering what it is. Tell you what I did. I did a bad thing.
I did do this. I did, in fact, buy After by Anna Todd. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you probably know that I am doing a live show with Daria, Kat, and Mika. I'll put their channel links down below. I'm really excited, actually. The movie's coming out, and I knew for a fact I was gonna go see the movie. My friend is a really big Harry Styles fan. She read After. She really wants to go see the movie with me. I've never read the book, so I figured what better time to do so than right before the movie's gonna come out. That's actually why I bought the movie tie-in cover. I despise movie tie-in covers, but when I asked Kat and Daria, they said, obviously, I need to get the creepy one where they're making out. So that was a fun experience. Actually, yesterday was super cool. I got to meet a subscriber, which has like never happened to me before. Sydney, if you're watching this, hi. I'm sorry it was so fucking awkward, but I was just like taken aback. I didn't think that anyone would ever recognize me in real life. That was really fucking cool. Of course, it had to be when I was buying After. Pepe is being a menace behind me if you're hearing any weird scratching noises. But anyway, Daria and Kat are both reading it right now, and I want to be able to discuss After with them because if you're not in it together, you know, you're gonna suffer. I just finished Mr. Masters. I gave this book 2 stars. I did not enjoy it at all, really. The more like explicit scenes were pretty good, but the actual storyline itself was pretty shitty. It's weird, like there were hints of greatness. I feel like it could have been a really good book. You have like the mysterious guy who's unwilling to share his past, and she calls him on his bullshit quite a bit, which I really enjoyed. The main character's name is Brielle, and Brielle was very much like, hey, your communication's fucking awful. I don't want to be with someone who is not willing to like talk about their past, talk about why they behave the way that they do. There were hints that it would be good, but overall it was like each chapter there would be a really good moment, and then they would get into a disagreement, and then they would make up with sex. I didn't like it. I also didn't think there was enough tension between the two characters. They got together too quickly, and the relationship was based like 99% on sex, which, okay, like smut, but for me it just like didn't do it. I finished that, gave it 2 stars, so I've knocked one off. I'm actually gonna bump that into accounting for something. I'm not sure what yet, but anyway, I read that. My plans for today, I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm gonna take you guys with me. I was planning on doing it later in the day, but I think I'm actually gonna go now before all the people go. I need to return something to Sephora. I need to return / exchange a pair of shoes. I know my life's very exciting. And then I might like do a try on kind of thing. I want to buy some new clothes, so. And then later in the day, I'm going to start annotating After, and then I'm going to be trying to listen to the audiobook of Fury Born, and then trying to get halfway-ish with A Curse of Dark and Lonely. So like, I definitely have a lot of reading plans, so if you want to just skip ahead to that reading montage and like all of that reading, feel free. I just wanted to kind of update you guys. I'm gonna go put clothes on, and then we're going to go shop. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Okay, so I'm on chapter 13, page 105 of Curse so Dark and Lonely. I might put this down for a little bit. I do like it. The only thing that I'm worried about is the fact that I think I'm falling for the wrong male protagonist. I'm really enjoying Gray's character. Not a big fan of Ren so far. Ren's okay. He's just kind of bland, and I think Gray has a more interesting story. So I'm liking it so far. I think the cerebral palsy rep is pretty good in here. I have heard from people with cerebral palsy that it's really good rep, so it's good so far. I'm gonna keep reading. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep reading this. I'm gonna read a couple more chapters, and then I'm gonna move on Furyborn, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to After by Anna Todd. Okay, so the time lapse was mildly deceptive. I actually took a nap for like an hour, but I got to page 200 in A Curse so Dark and Lonely. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm about halfway done now. My feelings are about the same. I also forgot that I didn't really explain what this book is about. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the main character's name is Harper. She's basically kidnapped from DC and brought into this magical world where she is supposed to fall in love with Ren to break this curse that has been put on him. Basically, his entire family's dead, and he's trying to save the rest of his kingdom, and the only other like main character in this book is a guy named Gray, who is the guardian / protector of Ren. I guess he's like the only member of the guard that's still standing. I like Gray a lot. He's easy to like, easy to trust, and I think his personality is a little bit more engaging than Ren's. It's kind of hard for me to support the relationship in here that I know is supposed to be the big deal, which is Ren and Harper. I just really prefer Gray as a character. Other than that, I kind of feel like in terms of plot, this is moving very slowly. I mean, I'm on page 200. Not a lot has happened. Just in the past couple of pages, we kind of get the setup for what the rest of the book is going to be, which is great, and it is veering a little bit from the Beauty and the Beast tale, which I think is going to make it more interesting. I just worry that things aren't going to move fast enough because in 200 pages, barely got good character introductions. Like, for instance, Harper. Interesting character. I think she's very strong-willed and very charitable, but I don't, like, she doesn't really question the fact that she is kidnapped. I mean, she is a little bit homesick, but within a few hours, she's willing to accept the fact that she's in a magical land. I feel like if I were in that position, I would be in denial for a lot longer, so I don't love that. Ren also kind of feels a little bit one note. We know that he has this curse put on him. We're supposed to feel sympathetic to him, but I don't feel a whole lot for him as it stands right now, so I'm gonna put this one down for now. I got fairly far in it, farther than I thought that I would, and I think farther than either of my buddy reading partners have gotten. We don't have like a formal schedule for this, so I'm going to send them an audio message and kind of tell them my thoughts so far, and then I'm going to move on to Furyborn. It's not 5 o'clock yet. I would like to read this until maybe 7 o'clock, and then I'm going to move on to After. I'm on a semi-strict schedule because I am trying to get a lot of things read this weekend. That way I can actually complete this readathon. I'm doing fairly good. I mean, I've completed one book, halfway through one, a third of the way through this one. I want to get about halfway done with this one as well, and then I think I'll feel good. I'm kind of scared to start After. I mean, I'm very scared to start After, but I just, like, I really want to be able to text Daria, Mika, and Kat about this lovely piece of literature. My cats are sleeping right here. You can't see Nugget. He's in the foreground, but Pepe's back there, and they're just chilling, and yeah, I'm going to continue to read. I will continue time-lapsing, and then I will check in as I read. Okay, so I am on chapter 20, and I'm about this far into Furyborn. I'm listening to it on audio and reading it at the same time. I might stop doing that though because it's kind of slowing me down. I love the audiobook, but I don't really have time to just listen to the audiobook this week. I also have to listen to Fallen by Lauren Kate, and I also need to listen to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo because I have a live show for that next Wednesday. I keep forgetting all of the books that I have to read, and I'm just like kind of overwhelmed, but it's fine. It's fine. It'll happen. I'll get through it. I think the reason why I'm having a hard time getting through A Curse so Dark and Lonely, or not a hard time getting through it, but the reason I'm not liking it as much is because Furyborn is so good. I feel like I've heard mostly negative things about this book, but it's actually pretty fantastic. I think I talked about it a little bit earlier in the vlog, but essentially it's about two women, and they're set apart in history by 1,000 years, and it's kind of about them fighting for a place in their society. One is a wielder of magic, basically, and she is able to wield multiple elements, which is pretty cool. Not many people if any people can do that in her time. And then the person who is 1,000 years after her is named Eliana, and she is an assassin slash bounty hunter. She's really strong and is kind of trying to fight against, but also has to work with this regime that she is not okay with. I'm really enjoying this. The characterization is already really strong. From page 1, I knew who these characters were and kind of what they were going to be like, and they're even more complex than I thought they would be. And also the plot's moving so much quicker than the plot in A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so I think it's kind of doing a disservice to A Curse So Dark and Lonely that I'm reading this at the same time. I think I would probably be enjoying this a lot more if I were not reading this at the moment, but it is what it is. I think this is probably what I'm going to pick up after I put myself through After, which is what I'm going to read right now, if that makes sense. I'll probably try to get, I want to say like this much of it today, 100 pages. I think this thing is like 500. This thing is 600 pages. Since I'm going to be annotating, it's probably going to take me a little bit longer. I'll probably have time after reading those 100 pages to read more of other books, and I'm definitely going to be picking up Furyborn. It's just holding my attention. Like I said, I think I'm going to put the audiobook down and I'll be able to kind of fly through this. So that's the rest of my night. I'm not going to time lapse me annotating because I'm kind of lazy. I'm going to go ahead and go read After. I'll update you guys on the 100 pages after I'm finished. Wish me luck. It is Sunday and I am about to clean my house. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of my day. Sunday is my day to do stupid shit like this. I don't like starting the week with a dirty house, so I have a lot of laundry to do. I also want to go see if I can find a scratching post for Pepe because the one that I do have is like too high up for him and he just ends up scratching my couch. So obviously really exciting things. I thought I would update you guys on the things that I read yesterday though before we get the day started, and then I'll kind of tell you guys what we're doing for the rest of the day. But last night and this morning I read more of Furyborn. I think last time we talked I was 200 pages in and now I am 350 pages in. This is how much I have left, so not very many pages, a little over 100, and my goal is to finish that today. I'm still absolutely loving this. Didn't expect it because like I said, the reviews that I've seen for this have been mostly negative. Not that I've actually heard a lot of buzz recently. I think this came out in like 2017, maybe it was 2018, it must have been 2018, but I haven't heard that much about it, and I didn't really know what to expect, but it's everything that I was hoping it would be and more. I haven't read in a very long time a very fast-paced and original fantasy, and this is really just footing the bill quite nicely for me. It has Throne of Glass vibes with the like trials or whatever that happen from one person's like storyline, and then it also kind of has like a Hunger Games-esque dystopian vibe from the other storyline. So I'm really enjoying this book, and I'm excited to see how it ends and how they're going to turn this into a series. So this is good, and I'm really liking this. I also got 100 pages into After by Anna Todd. It was a lot more fun reading it with people, so I'm glad that I started this weekend, although I think I'm gonna have to end up putting this aside for a little bit because I did remember that I have to read both Fallen by Lauren Kate for Monday's live show and then Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for Wednesday's live show, so that's kind of gonna be my focus. But anyway, beyond that, let's talk about After. I think I want to do a dedicated vlog and review to this. Comment down below if you guys want to see that, but I think that would be kind of fun and entertaining. I don't want to do like a full just dedicated review, but I think getting my live reactions while reading this could be kind of fun. What do I have to say about this? It astounds me that a book this poorly written is published and has been read by over 1 billion people. Yeah. The issues that I have so far really are that Tessa is the biggest slut shamer I think I've ever read in literature. The characters have absolutely no development or actual personality beyond just she has pink hair, she has red hair, and we hear like 15 times in a row that Tessa is a planner, and she falls asleep in one scene with her planner in her hand. Just not a lot going on here. Hardens a dick. If you want more of my thoughts, let me know. So today's plans really are finish Furyborn. I'm going to be cleaning, so as I clean, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of Fallen by Lauren Kate, which I will update you guys on and kind of let you know how I feel about it. I read it back in like middle school, I think, and I hated it then. So we'll see how I feel about it now. And then I would like to start Seven Husbands today. I'm not sure if I'll get to, but fingers crossed, because I really need to get that started. Okay, so I am in my car. I'm about to head to run my errands and find Pepe a scratching post. I really need to find Pepe a scratching post. I thought I'd update you guys on Fallen by Lauren Kate. I'm about 75% done, and to be honest with you, I can't remember a good goddamn thing about it. I have been listening to it as I clean, and honestly, I just haven't been picking up on like minute details. But honestly, I'm just proud of myself for like getting it read at all. I was gonna just like cop out and watch the movie, but I figured I wouldn't have that much to discuss tomorrow if I didn't actually read the book. So I don't really understand the attraction between the two main characters. That's like the most that I can really say for it. If you want my full opinions, I'll give them to you guys if you come to our live show tomorrow, but I don't have much to say about it, honestly. I'm also gonna try to finish Furyborn, so I will update you guys later when I've read more books. Okay, so slight change of plans, sort of. It is Monday the 25th. The readathon formally ends tomorrow, but I thought that I would end it here, end this vlog here before it gets too long. I don't really have that much more that I am planning on getting completed in the next day or day and a half, so I just figured I'd end it here, give you guys a little bit of a wrap up on what I read this week. Good things, bad things, all the things in between, and I'll tell you guys what categories everything fit in for Zodiacathon. So the first category was buddy read a book with someone who has your sun sign. I did not technically complete this challenge in either way. I did buddy read a book this week, as you guys know. I buddy read A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I read this with Rachael and Jess, neither of which share my sun sign, so I sort of failed anyway. And I also didn't complete this book. I ended up getting about 200 pages into it. Thus far, I am enjoying it. It is not my favorite book of all time, but I'm gonna withhold judgment until I finally finish this. But yes, this is the first book. The next book I completed was one that I had not planned on reading this week and wasn't a part of my original TBR, and it is Fallen by Lauren Kate. I gave this book 2 stars. I just didn't pay very much attention when I was listening to this. I was cleaning pretty much the entire time, and it's not very good. This completed the challenge of reading a book that had something astrology related in the title. Fallen star, yeah, not a fave. It wasn't a fave the first time I read it, it's not a fave this time around, so won't be continuing with the series, but I read it for our Trash Bag book club, the one that I'm doing with Kerri, who is also hosting this readathon, and Heather from Aphrodite Reads. So live shows tonight for that. It'll be fun to kind of get out my feelings. The next challenge was read a book that fits your sun sign, and for sun sign, the challenge was to read a book that has romance in it, which, like, hello. So I read Mr. Masters for this challenge. I also gave this book 2 stars. It was, again, not very good. I talked about it a little bit more, obviously, previously in this vlog, but main things I didn't like were too much sex. I never thought that'd be a complaint that I would have in a book. Not a lot of true deep chemistry between the characters, and overall I just thought that the guy was a little bit too much of an alpha male. So the 4th book was to read a book that fits your moon sign challenge, and for moon sign it was read a book that had a fighter or warrior in it, and for that challenge I read and completed Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I told you guys I was going to update you on this, and I never gave you guys a final update, so I will tell you. I gave this book 5 stars. I absolutely adored this. I guess I just have not been reading enough fantasy. I know that I haven't been reading enough fantasy. Besides Cassie Clare's books and one of the Fallen Kingdom books by Morgan Rhodes, this is the only fantasy that I've read this year, which might color my judgment of it, but I loved the 2 diverging storylines. I liked that there was kind of like a magical trials element. I liked that there was a dystopian element. I just liked that both of the females were kind of wholly unlikable, which I found really fucking cool. They owned their power and sexuality, and I haven't seen a lot of females written in this way in young adult. The females are either wishy-washy or they're badass warriors. The complexity of the characters really stood out to me in this book, and I really did enjoy this a lot. I know there's been some kind of like negative reviews surrounding things such as, I guess, queer baiting, mostly because I think this book was marketed as being kind of queer or having bisexual rep, which it didn't, but to me that wasn't bothersome, and I just genuinely enjoyed this, and I'm so excited for Kingsbane. Number 5 is to read a book that fits your rising/ascendant sign, and my rising/ascendant sign is the same as my moon sign. I'm an Aries for both, I don't know if I said that, and my sun sign's a Scorpio. Anyway, my choice for this category was was a little bit non-conventional. I ended up picking 2 books that I'm reading for various live shows that I'm doing. The first one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I ended up getting about 145 pages into this today while I was at work. Enjoying it so far. It's definitely one of my more favorite books by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is to say I don't have any favorites by her, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of her writing. The writing reads a lot like her other books, so if you enjoy her kind of concise writing style, you'll probably enjoy this. I think the story itself is a lot more compelling than her other like white bread, white lady stories, but I'm not feeling the emotional connection that I really wanted to feel towards these characters. I think the discussion of women's sexualities as it relates to power is super, super interesting in this book, and I'm interested to see where things go as this book carries on, but as it stands right now, definitely not going to be a 5-star read for me. It's good, it's just not my favorite. The next book that I kind of had in this category because I was reading it has, I think, a guy who's sort of a fighter. He's definitely a dick, and it is After by Anna Todd. I only got 100 pages into this book. I didn't set out to finish this one. I don't like it. But again, let me know if you guys want a vlog on this because I'm willing to give it to you. And then the last challenge, number 6, was to read the group book, which I did not do. It was about astrology and I just didn't have time. So in total, I read 3 of the 7 books that I intended to read for this readathon. That's more than I've ever completed for any readathon ever, and I stand to complete at least 1 more before the whole readathon's actually up, so I'm pretty impressed with myself. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this vlog, also let me know down in the comments below. Still trying to experiment and kind of figure out what my style is with vlogging. I think I'm starting to get to know what I like a little bit better, but I'd obviously love you guys' feedback. I'm gonna try to keep doing more of these because I really enjoy making them. I'm gonna go prepare for my live show. I hope you guys are having a great week. I love you all, and until next time.